After being reincarnated into another world, this man unexpectedly found himself reborn, not as a hero or a warrior, but as a dragon egg. At first, he believed that it was only a matter of time before he would hatch into a mighty dragon and dominate the world. However, the system soon informed him of a harsh reality. He would never hatch naturally. Instead, he would have to defeat monsters and gain experience in order to evolve into a dragon. Worse still, according to the system's rules, if his eggshell were ever broken, he would die instantly. To humans, dragon eggs were considered both nutritious and delicious. If he were discovered, he would be killed on the spot without hesitation. Upon realizing his terrifying situation, he panicked so badly that he accidentally toppled over. Once he started rolling downhill, he couldn't stop himself. Strangely enough, this mishap allowed him to awaken a new skill, rolling. Unfortunately, the road was full of pits, and he lost nearly 1/3 of his health in the process. After resting through the night, his health fully recovered. That was when he realized that remaining in a resting state would restore his HP. With that knowledge, he decided to observe his surroundings more carefully. Unluckily, he soon encountered a level 3 deathworm. Its stats were more than twice as strong as his own level 1 body. By the time he tried to flee, it was already too late. The worm had noticed him. With no real means of attack, he could only roll as fast as possible to escape. Yet the deathworm relentlessly pursued him. At that moment, he spotted a small cliff nearby, which sparked an idea. Using strategy rather than strength, Jack managed to kill the deathworm. Thanks to the worm acting as a buffer, he survived the fall himself. Defeating a level 3 deathworm granted 12 experience points. Because this was both a higher level kill and Jack's first kill, the experience reward was doubled, meeting the requirements for evolution. The system presented him with 2 evolutionary paths. One was the small dragon branch. Dragons of this type were at least larger than bears, and choosing this path would grant him solid stats immediately after evolution. The other option was the baby dragon. Its description was far less impressive, its meat was said to be tender and delicious, and its combat power was extremely low. Jack had already decided to choose the small dragon path. However, the system then informed him that baby dragons possessed enormous potential. They could later evolve into many different types of dragons, though the vast majority of baby dragons never lived long enough to reach that stage. Suddenly, a mysterious voice urged him to choose the baby dragon. This was the voice of God's skill he had carried with him since reincarnation, allowing him to hear divine guidance. After hearing it, Jack changed his mind and selected the baby dragon branch. Although his level was reset to level 1, his stats were higher than those of a fully leveled dragon egg. He also gained new skills, including dragon breath. Just then, hunger set in. To survive, he forced himself to eat the disgusting-looking deathworm. By the next day, his condition had fully recovered. Before he could decide what to do next, he suddenly found himself surrounded by a group of deathworms. This time, however, he didn't choose to run. With his current abilities, he wiped out the entire group in moments. They became perfect targets for farming experience and training his skills. As his level increased, he unlocked a new ability, Dragon Fist. After defeating all the worms, his level had reached 15. The so-called baby dragon turned out to be far stronger than he had imagined. Since the next evolution required reaching level 25, Jack began actively hunting monsters throughout the forest to level up faster. Soon, he set his sights on a gray wolf. After confirming that it was only level 6, he rushed in to attack. A single dragon breath followed by Dragon Fist instantly killed the wolf. Because his attacks carried fire attributes, the wolf was reduced to roasted meat. Gradually, Jack grew accustomed to this way of life. However, once he reached level 20, he noticed that leveling up had slowed significantly. That same day, he heard the screams of humans in the distance. Driven by curiosity, he decided to investigate. But when he arrived, he was stunned to find a member of his own species, a rock dragon from the small dragon branch. Its stats were nearly 5 times